What if I told you the $50 billion collagen industry is selling you ground-up cow hooves and fish scales, while the most potent connective tissue rebuilders have been growing in backyards and battlefields for 3,000 years? Ancient armies rebuilt shattered joints without surgeries. Famine survivors maintained skin elasticity on nothing but wild plants. These weren't supplements, they were survival tools. Today I'm counting down 10 plants that triggered cellular repair so profound they were considered military secrets. By the end, you'll know exactly how to source and use nature's original regeneration protocol. We're ranking these by escalating power, from accessible daily maintenance herbs to plants with extreme regenerative capacity that determined whether entire populations survived famines and wars. The ranking follows one principle: historical survival significance combined with tissue reconstruction capacity. Wait until you see number 7. It was literally banned from being exported during wartime because soldiers who consumed it healed twice as fast. And number 3 still grows wild across North America, but 90% of people walk past it thinking it's a weed. The number 1 plant was so valuable, ancient trade routes were built specifically to move it, and modern athletes are just now rediscovering why. Number 10. Nettle. Silica-dense foundational builder for connective tissue integrity. Roman soldiers used to whip their tired legs with stinging nettle, not as punishment, but to induce circulation and force silica absorption through controlled microtrauma. Medieval Europeans relied on it during lean seasons, preparing it as soup when nothing else grew. Modern research shows nettle contains 1 to 4% silica by dry weight, an essential cofactor for collagen cross-linking. It's also packed with vitamin C, which enables proline hydroxylation in collagen synthesis, plus glycine-rich protein fractions your body can't produce alone. To use it, steep 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried leaves in boiling water for at least 10 minutes, or blanch fresh spring tops and add them to soups. Cooking neutralizes the sting. Harvest in spring or early summer when silica and nutrient density peak. Use whole leaf, not powdered. Structural silica stays intact that way. One caution: nettle has diuretic effects, so if you're on diuretics or have kidney conditions, consult your healthcare provider first. Number 9. Horsetail. The highest plant-based silica source for bone and cartilage scaffolding. The Greeks named this plant hippos, horse, because they used it to strengthen hooves and connective tissue in their livestock. European herbalists in the 1500s recorded it as a standard remedy for fractures and joint weakness. Horsetail contains 5 to 8% elemental silica in bioavailable form. Research demonstrates that silica enhances osteoblast differentiation and collagen matrix mineralization in bone tissue. To extract that silica, you need heat. Make a decoction by simmering 1 tablespoon of dried herb in water for 20 minutes. This isn't for long-term daily use though. Horsetail contains thiaminase, an enzyme that degrades thiamine, so limit use to 2 to 3 week cycles and avoid entirely if you're pregnant. Face wild harvested spring stems have maximum silica concentration, but skip any growing near pollution or standing water. Horsetail accumulates heavy metals. Number 8. Chickweed. Silica plus vitamin C wound healer hidden as a common weed. Anglo-Saxon medical texts document chickweed as the European poultice standard for battle wounds, burns, and joint inflammation. During famines, people ate it raw to prevent scurvy and maintain skin integrity. It was never scarce, it grew everywhere, but it kept populations alive. Research indicates chickweed contains bioavailable silica, saponins that facilitate nutrient absorption, and ascorbic acid for collagen cofactor support. Those saponins also reduce local inflammation markers in cellular models. You can eat it fresh in salads or lightly steamed. It tastes mild, almost like lettuce. For topical use, mash fresh chickweed and apply directly to irritated skin or joints. Harvest before it flowers for maximum nutrient density and the most tender texture. It thrives in cool, moist conditions, so spring and fall are optimal. It's generally recognized as safe, though overuse may cause mild digestive upset in sensitive individuals. Pause. Notice what's happening here. Every single plant so far contains a molecule your body can't make on its own. That's not coincidence. Number 7. Gotu kola. Asiatic acid-rich cognitive and dermal collagen amplifier. Traditional Chinese medicine called it the fountain of life. The legend says tigers would roll in gotu kola to heal their wounds. Ayurvedic practitioners used it in leprosy treatment protocols specifically to prevent tissue degradation. Modern mechanistic research shows that gotu kola's triterpenoids, asiaticoside and madecassoside, stimulate fibroblast proliferation and boost collagen type 1 and type 3 synthesis at the cellular level. It also enhances microcirculation, improving nutrient delivery to connective tissue. In Sri Lanka, elders traditionally ate it raw, tied to longevity folklore. You can make fresh leaf tea by steeping 2 to 3 leaves for 5 to 10 minutes, or add fresh leaves to salads. Fresh leaf is superior to dried because volatile triterpenoids degrade with processing. Standardized extracts are used in research, but whole plant use is the traditional approach. Avoid during pregnancy. It's a traditional precaution, though modern data is insufficient to fully assess risk. Number 6. Moringa. Complete amino acid plus vitamin C superplant for collagen substrate saturation. Ancient India called it the miracle tree. Every part was used during famine: leaves, pods, roots. Roman trade ledgers document importing moringa specifically for joint pain and skin resilience. Here's why it's on this list. Moringa contains all 9 essential amino acids, rare for a plant, including proline, glycine, and lysine, the literal building blocks of collagen. It has 7 times the vitamin C of oranges by weight, providing the cofactor needed for collagen hydroxylation. Use dried leaf powder, 1 teaspoon in smoothies, soups, or mixed into food. Or saute fresh leaves like you would spinach, common in South Asian and African cuisines. Shade-dried leaves retain more vitamin C than sun-dried. Young leaves are more palatable. Mature leaves carry a slight bitterness. Stick to the leaves only. Moringa root and bark have traditional abortifacient uses and should be avoided. Number 5. Comfrey. Allantoin-powered cellular proliferation agent, external use only. Medieval Europeans called it nipbone. That's not poetic language, that's a job description. It was the poultice standard for fractures, sprains, and battlefield trauma. Eastern European farmers used it on injured livestock to speed their return to work. The active compound, allantoin, stimulates granulation tissue formation and epithelial cell proliferation, demonstrated in mechanistic studies. Rosmarinic acid provides localized anti-inflammatory action. You use fresh or dried leaves as a poultice, mash with a small amount of water, and apply to unbroken skin over joints or bruises. You can also infuse it into oil for topical salves. Fresh plant has higher allantoin content than dried. Use leaves, not root. The root contains higher concentrations of pyrrolizidine alkaloids. Critical safety note: external use only. Those alkaloids are hepatotoxic with long-term internal use and do not apply to open wounds. Comfrey can seal healing so fast it traps infection inside. If you want to keep learning what the supplement industry doesn't want you to know, subscribe now, because the next 4 plants get progressively more powerful and harder to find in mainstream sources. If you're still here, you've already learned more than 99% of people spending thousands on synthetic collagen. But the next 4 plants occupy a different category entirely. They don't just support tissue repair, they re-trigger dormant regeneration pathways. Let me show you what I mean. Here's where it gets strange. The next 3 plants were all restricted by governments at different points in history, not for safety, for strategic advantage. Number 4. Sea buckthorn. Omega-7 rare fatty acid for mucosal and dermal tissue regeneration. Genghis Khan's army used sea buckthorn for wound recovery and endurance. It was a Mongolian military ration. Tibetan medicine employed it for altitude-induced tissue damage and skin protection in extreme environments. During World War II, the Soviet Union restricted its export. Why? Military medical advantage. Soldiers who consumed it recovered faster. The key is palmitoleic acid, omega-7, which supports mucous membrane integrity and skin lipid barrier function through well-characterized mechanisms. It's also loaded with vitamin C, vitamin E, yoan carotenoids for antioxidant protection during tissue repair. You can eat whole berries, though they're extremely tart, usually sweetened or blended, or use cold-pressed oil, 1 teaspoon internally or applied directly to skin. The oil must be cold-pressed. Heat degrades omega-7. Whole berries are superior to juice because you get the fiber and full nutrient matrix. One caution: sea buckthorn may slow blood clotting based on its fatty acid profile, so use caution if you're on anticoagulants. Number 3. Amla. Extreme vitamin C density, 20 times that of oranges, plus tannin-based collagen stabilizer. Amla has been central to Ayurvedic Rasayana, or rejuvenation protocols for 5,000 years. Ancient Sanskrit texts document giving it to warriors and the elderly to maintain strength and skin integrity. What makes Amla unique is heat-stable vitamin C. Tannins protect the vitamin C even during cooking, ensuring collagen cofactor availability regardless of preparation. Research shows that Amla's L-argintannins stabilize collagen by inhibiting collagenase enzymes, the ones that break collagen down. Use dried powder, half a teaspoon daily in water, smoothies, or cooked into chutneys. Fresh fruit is extremely sour, traditionally pickled or candied. Sun-dried is superior to industrial dried for preserving the vitamin C and tannin complex. Whole fruit beats extracted powder for the full polyphenol matrix. One note: high tannin content may interfere with iron absorption if you consume it with iron-rich meals, so separate timing if that's a concern. If you think this information should reach more people before they spend another $1 on synthetic collagen, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this matters. Number 2. Pine bark and needles. Proanthocyanidin collagen crosslinker used in survival extremes. Native Americans used pine needle tea as a winter survival food. It prevented scurvy during months without vegetables. In 1536, French explorer Jacques Cartier's crew was dying of scurvy in the Canadian winter until indigenous people showed them a pine bark remedy. It's documented. That knowledge saved the expedition. Proanthocyanidins, also called OPCs, bind directly to collagen and elastin fibers, increasing tensile strength and inhibiting enzymatic degradation. Fresh pine needles contain 3 to 5 times the vitamin C of citrus, and supporting your body's own collagen synthesis. Make tea from young green needles, steep in hot water, not boiling, to preserve vitamin C. The inner bark, the cambium layer, was traditionally eaten raw or dried as famine food. Spring tips have the highest vitamin C and mildest flavour. Avoid ponderosa, Norfolk Island, and yew pines. They contain toxic compounds. Pregnant individuals should avoid pine preparations. Some species contain compounds that may stimulate the uterus. Always confirm species before use. Final 2. These aren't just plants, they're biological insurance policies our ancestors refused to live without. Number 1. Hishu Wu, also called Foti. Legendary longevity root with stilbene-class collagen activators. The name translates to Mister. He's black hair. Legend says an 8th century Taoist monk named Hisho Wu restored his black hair and vitality at age 60 using this root. It became a core herb in Chinese imperial anti-aging formulas, restricted to nobility in some dynasties. Traditional preparation took over 9 months, complex processing cycles to enhance safety and efficacy. Modern research identifies TSG, a stilbene compound, shown to activate collagen gene expression and antioxidant enzyme systems in cellular and animal models. It promotes autophagy, the cellular cleanup process that supports tissue renewal. You must use traditionally prepared root, cured with black bean liquid, then steamed and dried through 9 or more cycles. Make a decoction by simmering 1 to 2 tablespoons of prepared root in water for at least 30 minutes, then drink the liquid. Only use prepared root. The raw form has a completely different safety profile and has been associated with liver toxicity in rare cases. Avoid if you're on medication metabolized by the liver due to potential interactions. Traditionally, Hishu Wu was cycled, not used continuously. These weren't folk tales, they're biochemical realities we forgot. For millennia, humans didn't boost collagen. They built bodies that didn't need boosting. These 10 plants weren't medicine, they were dietary baselines woven into survival itself. The fact that we now call them ancient secrets is proof we've forgotten what normal is. Your ancestors didn't have degenerating joints at 40 because they had access to molecules you're told to buy. They had access to soil, seasons, and knowledge. That knowledge just became yours. Go outside. Find nettle or chickweed. Both grow wild across most continents. Pick a handful, steep it in hot water for 10 minutes, drink it. You've just matched the daily silica intake of a Roman soldier. That's step 1. Everything else is built on that foundation. Which of these 10 plants grows near you right now? Drop the name in the comments. I want to see how much free regeneration infrastructure is already in your backyard.